Are you wanting to move to Naples, but the thought of a hurricane scares the bejesus out of you? I've been here for 23 years. I've seen hurricanes big and small. Still here, still love it. And you can do the same. You just need to prepare. Hi, I'm Alicia Shivers. I'm a realtor with John Erwood Properties here in Naples, Florida. That is my kitty cat in the background, Kingster. He decided to join me, so we're going to share with you everything that we know about hurricanes and how you can make the most of it and still make a life here at Naples. My husband and I moved here in 2000 from New Jersey, and we did not know anything about hurricanes. And yet, every summer, right around June 1st, the start of hurricane season, the news stations would get on and blast you with, gotta get your hurricane preparedness kit ready. So, water, bottled water. We got some extra propane tanks for the grills, and we bought some extra batteries. And summers would go by and nothing would happen. Until 2004, when Hurricane Charlie came through and got pretty darn close to us. Then we learned that preparation was key. Yes, we were out of power for a few days. There was a lot of landscape damage, but it wasn't devastating. What you need to know is that it's smart to prepare. There's a reason that Florida has a sales tax holiday right at the start of hurricane season, and sometimes even in the midst of it. Hurricane season runs from June 1st through November 30th. This is the time during those sales tax holidays to go out and buy those extra supplies just to have on hand in case something comes our way. Supplies meaning bottled water, propane tanks for your gas grills, non-perishable food. I'm partial to Doritos, maybe some Pringles. You have to think of our furry friends as well. Sure, you have some extra pet food, whatever else that you need to take care of the animals. It's also smart to think about what you would do if you needed to evacuate. And that means either making reservations at a hotel, whether that is further north in Florida or even out of state completely. Not only what are you going to do with yourselves, but how are you going to travel with your pets? Are you taking care of any elderly family members that also need to be accommodated? How are they going to travel? These are all things to kind of think of beforehand, just to make sure that you know what you're doing should an impending storm be coming our way. If those evacuation orders come, or if there's even talk about possible evacuation orders, and you just feel more comfortable getting out of Dodge, so be it. This is strictly about safety and what you are able to mentally and physically handle. Depending on how severe a storm may be, the county will open up shelters. So if you feel like your house is not really hurricane ready, then you may want to go to one of the shelters that they've opened up and just make sure. Some of them do allow pets, some don't, so make sure you know that ahead of time. Just make sure that whatever your plan is, whether it's to evacuate, go to a shelter, stay in your home, that you give yourself enough time. Remember, Florida is a big state. Naples is way down on the southwest corner. So it takes a little while to get out of the state. The reason they really tell us to prepare early is because, look, if you're from up north and you've been through any kind of snowstorm, then you know that when something is getting closer to actually happening or potentially happening, then grocery store aisles get wiped out, fuel gets low. It's just what we humans do. I know that you probably hear us Floridians joke around about the category storm that's headed our way. It's category 1, category 2. We're like, oh, it's just going to be some rain and some wind, and we'll just get some extra beer, we'll get some extra alcohol, and we'll call up our friends and have a hurricane party. And while that's mostly true, we've all been there. We've all been through our first storm not knowing what that actually means or what that entails or how devastating it may or may not be. If you happen to be a part-time resident, which a lot of our residents are, and you happen to be up north for the summer during our critical hurricane season, make sure you make some preparations with somebody either in your neighborhood or an actual home watch person to put up your hurricane shutters should need be, because when a storm is coming, those guys are booked. Make those plans in advance so that person knows that your home is on their list to button up before a storm. I will say that we've experienced quite a few storms here. Hurricane Ian in 2022, obviously being the worst and most severe. But neighbors come together like I've never experienced before. If you didn't know your neighbors before, you definitely will know them after a storm. I will leave you with this one parting note. Buy yourself a manual can opener. It does come in handy. That all being said, enjoy hurricane season. All about preparation.